Alright, that's all I could think of from outside the hobby. I'm sure that I probably could have thought of some more if I tried, but this is going to be long enough as it is. Stereotypes and stigmas within the hobby. Numero uno. I just can't wrap my head around this one because it's so far from the truth. My first doll, Cookie, or Takara, my MSD girl, she's my first doll, and I bought her from Asleep Idolin, which happens to be a Chinese company. And I was a little bit wary when I ordered her because not a lot of people had these dolls, and I heard some horror stories about what their face-ups looked like when they came and things like that, and I was afraid the resin quality was going to be bad, and I just wasn't really sure what to expect. So when she came, I was really surprised because her resin is really smooth. It's really good quality, and her seams were all sanded, which I didn't expect at all. And she's just beautifully sculpted. Like, her body is gorgeous. I know that sounds really creepy, but it's true. Her face-up was kind of simple, but I love the sculpt of her face. Just it's perfect. It's my favorite girl face ever. I will never find another girl doll I love more than that. I can bet you I will not find one I like more than that. Although there are a lot that I like, but I think she's my favorite. I understand that there have been a lot of Chinese companies in the past that have been guilty of recasting or bootlegging or copying, and I think it's important that we need to look out for that. But at the same time, I think it's kind of harmful to have a warning for new BJD owners that kind of comes across as a don't ever buy Chinese dolls because they're really bad quality or they're probably bootlegs. Because when I came into the hobby, I saw this everywhere, and I was afraid of Chinese companies. I was like, oh my gosh, these dolls are bad quality? I don't know what to do. Yeah. Let's just try to think about the message we're putting out, especially to new collectors, because there are a lot of newbies joining the hobby every day. And we need to keep them informed, but not give them a negative idea about things. Number 2. All I can say to this is that everybody enjoys the hobby in a different way. Very, very few people are amazing at face-ups on their first try. Some of us can make it passable and it looks okay, but it's not great, and some people have to practice a lot more. Maybe they consider it a bonding experience with their doll, or maybe they just want to, practice until they get good at it, and they're okay with having a doll with a temporary face-up they redo over and over. Everybody has different abilities or skills, and that's just how it is. And if you pay to have somebody else do your doll's face-ups, that's okay. But if somebody is genuinely trying and they're enjoying the learning process and the bonding process with their dolls through doing face-up, even if they might not be the best at it yet, it's really not fair for you to judge them. Also, not everybody has a lot of money that they can spend on clothes for their dolls, and they may not be able to sew, so it may be a while before they can actually have their dolls be completed. I've had some first-hand experience with this because Hairo had a doll, Cupcake, her MSD boy, who is an Angel of Dream Chi. He's an awesome doll. We call him a rescue because she bought him at an anime convention, actually, before I met her, I think, or maybe before we got close. But anyways, he had a really terrible face-up. He just wasn't taken care of. He had a finger that had broken off, and yeah, he was not in good condition at all. And she basically cleaned him up and gave him a new face-up, bought him a new wig because the one he had was really, or I think he didn't even have a wig, but anyways, he was just naked with a little pair of underwear, no wig, really bad face-up. So she cleaned him up, bought him a new wig, new eyes, and after she saved up enough money, she ordered him some clothes. But they took a while to get there, and she had made him a pair of jeans. He didn't have a shirt. He had a crappy scarf that I made for him, and she took him to meets, and he was the first meet, he was largely ignored just because he was, I guess, a white trash doll. And I just don't really think it's fair to look down on somebody's doll just because they're not wearing really expensive clothes, or they are maybe not completed. I mean, they might still love the doll and want to share them with the other collectors in the community, even if they're not quite complete. So, I mean, I guess just be nice about it. It's not that hard. Number 3. I still don't get it. But that's just because personally I'm not attracted to the aesthetic of Zoom. I also really don't get the whole Volks thing. Please, I know that's hard to comprehend, but I don't know. Like, just for the price of their dolls, I don't really understand. But that's just me. I've seen people do really awesome things with Volks dolls. I've seen people do really awesome things with Zoom dolls. They're just not my cup of tea. So, yeah.